only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Morning, guys. My name's Charles. This is Hero Wars Central, and I had an idea for a video that I think is very time sensitive. So I thought I would. I thought I'd go ahead and do it. What I do every day is I basically wake up and I make some coffee and I sit down and I start answering comments, replying to Facebook messages, catching up with the Discord chat. And something that I'm getting a ton of is should I spend my resources to purchase Andvari instead of the 3 new devil skins on mobile. So this is a mobile focused video, and what I want to do is I want to kind of compare and contrast some of the popular support heroes in the game. I don't want to make this video too long, and of course this is my opinion, but let me know what you guys think in the comments below if I missed anything or if I'm way off base. So first of all, we have Andvari here, and this is the Hero Wars calculator. I'll add it to the link in the description box below. This doesn't tell the full story whenever it comes to statistics, and there's a little bit that isn't quite correct here, but for the sake of toggling between the heroes very quickly, I thought this could work just fine. Remember, this is for mobile, and while the stats aren't going to be 100% accurate, I don't think that the stats really matter as much for support heroes. Yes, they do in some instances. I'm not saying they don't matter, but I'm saying for the sake of this video, for comparison's sake, it doesn't matter as much. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at Andvari. He's a strength hero. He fights in the front line, similar to Jorgen, who I'm going to compare with next. And he's classified as support control. You can see that he's got strikes the nearest enemy with a giant fist. This is a standard damage dealing ability with a stun component. Okay, I'll come back to the green ability. Stone Grasp summons a stone hand that grabs the lowest health enemy. The hand deals physical damage and stuns the target. So now we have 2 separate stun abilities, this one targeting the lowest health enemy. And then Nature's Barrier covers a lowest armor ally with a protective barrier that absorbs physical and pure damage, not magic damage, physical and pure damage only. The hero protected by this barrier gains bonus energy. So now the bread and butter talent why Andvari is good is this one, and I don't want you to read this because this is the Facebook talent. I'll put a pop up on the screen now of the mobile skill, and it says basically while Andvari is alive, he protects allies behind him from displacement and knock-up effects. And the reason why this is important, and the reason why Andvari ultimately was created, in my opinion, was because of his ability to combat movement-based teams such as Kark with his knock-up, or the twins with their tornado, gathering up ability, as well as Cleaver. So this is a great skill to kind of negate those abilities, and I find it very interesting that such a targeted skill for those heroes was added to a hero. That kind of speaks to how popular the Twins teams and the Kark teams are right now. And of course, Cleaver, if you can get him, is an interesting tank to have. So, taking a look at those 4 abilities, you have a stun with damage, another stun with damage, you have a shield for physical damage and energy gain, and then you have a skill that basically does nothing but protect people from movement-based effects. Now, this is important to know that it doesn't protect you from Kark's damage. It just protects you from Kark's knock-up damage. So Kark has an ability that says whenever an enemy is knocked up, they do, a thing. Well, the initial attack from Kark will still damage the heroes. It just doesn't do as much. So that's kind of important. So the hero that I wanted to kind of contrast him with is Jorgen. And the reason why is because they fit similar roles. Jorgen is a middle line hero, but he is often found near the front as a tanky kind of hero. And in my opinion, this is the hero that you would want to switch out for Andvari if you were going up against a Kark team. And that's a very important distinction that I want to make. I wouldn't use Andvari unless I was going up against a movement-based team. Is he enough to level? Is that enough to buy him? I don't know. That's not for me to say. So again, I didn't really, don't really pay too much attention to the stats. You can talk about magic defense or armor or all that. Again, that's not the point of this video. Ideally, you have a team around them that's going to be, that your stats matter more. Obviously, physical damage heroes, their physical attack and armor pen matters more, but what I wanted to talk about, again, basically, since these are support, is really the skills. So skill 1, Jorgen summons a skull to the nearest enemy's front line, which deals magic damage to the nearby heroes. Affected enemies cannot gain energy. So instead of a stun, you have an energy block. So, you deal damage to the entire front line instead of Anvari's single hit. But, this stuns nearby enemies, I guess. So it stuns nearby enemies. Jorgen stops the energy gain for nearby enemies. So that's a similar skill, and you can see why I kind of compare and contrast these two. You've got Cycle of Energies, protects an ally with a magic shield. The ally will gain energy at double rate until the shield is destroyed. So this absorbs damage of any type. And you can see here it's 35, 3, 2, 7. I don't want to get too hung up on the numbers, but just I kind of want to compare it here. It is definitely a whole lot more damage absorbed on Anvari. Definitely a lot more. However, Jorgen absorbs all kinds of damage instead of just physical damage. So again, you can see Anvari is really focused on anti-Kark teams. Really, really focused on that. Okay, so both of them have a shield that do some blocking. You have Leper. Jorgen curses everyone on the enemy team, making the further enemy the target of the curse. Physical damage taken by the heroes on the team will be redirected to the target of the curse for 10 seconds. So this is important to take out heroes in the very back line. So if you're going up against a team that has a very squishy back line, any team that doesn't use Martha, for example, if they use Thea or Dorian, or maybe they have a Helios in their back line, then Jorgen just shines. He's kind of amazing in those teams. And so and then finally, you have Tainted Wounds. With every attack, Jorgen steals some of the affected enemy's energy. So this is unlike any other ability in the game for support heroes, and this is, again, energy negation, which all heroes need energy to perform their abilities. All right, so interesting group of talents there. I like Jorgen overall better. I would keep Jorgen in my top 5, especially in Arena on defense. I would keep him in my top 5 for more fights. If you put Anvari in your team, then the attacking team could just swap out Kark for Satori or something else, whereas Jorgen is harder to switch out heroes against. If you're attacking and your main team involves Kark, just swap in somebody else. If you're attacking and your main team involves Anvari, I would use Jorgen over Anvari. Absolutely 100%. Let's talk about artifacts. So, Anvari gets armor penetration for a little bit extra damage. Again, this is a support hero. His damage isn't going to be great. I'm not too worried about that, but his artifact weapon is armor, whereas Jorgen's is magic attack. Right, so against a physical damage team, again, Anvari is going to be way better, having that bonus armor against Kark, against Kira, against Ginger, against King Mao, against Galahad. Anvari is going to be slightly better as far as the artifact ability is concerned. Magic attack, everybody seems to use magic attack though. There's a lot of Twins teams. There's a lot of Orion Helios teams. There's a lot of Peppy teams out there, and those all hit you with magic attack. And I think on my server, magic teams are more popular. So, that affects my hero choice. And again, I choose Jorgen over Anvari. Let's talk about skins. Skins, default skin, Anvari being a new hero, he just has 1. He will get more skins. Absolutely, he will. Jorgen's skins, strength, health, and magic defense. Things to keep him alive. Very tanky, very tanky. So Jorgen is actually a little bit more tanky than Anvari at max, but I have heard people having some success using Anvari as a main tank. Okay. So all that being said, for me, on mobile, I think that he's worth buying, but I don't know that he's worth investing all of your resources into. I think that it might be worth purchasing one of the devil skins, especially if Zero or Aurora or Elmer is in your main team. I think I'm going to purchase the Zeri skin for mobile because I think I'm going to make her the tank of my second team for Grand Arena. And because of that, I won't be investing any more resources to purchase additional stars for Anvari. So before I end this video, I kind of want to talk about the third support hero that I think matters, that I swap on my personal team quite a bit for Jorgen. And that's Nebula. Nebula is interesting because she affects Magic teams and physical teams, her placement very much matters in the team, whereas Jorgen's and Andvari's placement matters less. Of course, Andvari's defensive abilities matters where he's placed, but you have Astral Projection that launches a projectile that burns energy off of enemy heroes. It does damage, sure, but it reduces a set person's a set enemy hero's energy down by quite a bit. Serenity restores health of 2 nearby allies, so this is just a flat health increase, and removes negative effects. And why this is important is if you're going up against a Peppy or if you're going up against a Twins team, you can remove those debuffs that those teams can put on your 2 middle heroes so they can continue fighting. All right, so that's very handy. That's a nice little protection skill, similar to Andvari's, that it's location based, but yeah, pretty good. Disharmony deals damage to the enemy with the lowest health. Again, a lowest health targeting attack, similar to Andvari's Stone Grasp and Jorgen's Tainted Wounds. Leper. Okay, and then Equilibrium. Now her basic attack will be switched to support. So now she's pure support. And this is where it matters. She increases the magic attack or physical attack of the ally in front of and behind her, and it toggles back and forth. So I use Nebula a lot. She has physical attack for artifacts, various 2 physical attack and agility skins. I use Nebula a lot. I think that she's one of the most important heroes in the game. Even if you're not sure what damage dealer you're going to go with, are you going to have a Kark team, are you going to do a Satori team, are you going to do a Twins team, I think Nebula is absolutely worth leveling. Her stones are easy to get if you're in a silver guild or higher, and I would just recommend her. I would also recommend Jorgen. Jorgen's top 5 hero also, very, very good to have. In fact, those 2 are in my top 7, top 8 heroes that I swap in and out. Andvari, I have started adding to my Kark teams, at least on Facebook, to combat other Kark teams, but I'm not really leveling them up. So, guys, I appreciate you dealing with me churning out all these videos this last week. I know that it seems kind of overwhelming, and I hope I'm not wearing some of you guys out, but I think that these videos are important, and I keep getting this question: should I level up Andvari? Should I grab Andvari? And that's something you're gonna have to find out for yourself. I think ultimately, if your server is full of Kark teams, pick him up. Absolutely pick him up. If he's not, you're going to have another chance in the near future, but you won't have another chance to buy those devil skins until next Halloween, at least on mobile. Well, guys, this is Charles with Hero Wars Central. Thank you so much for watching this video with me. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.